All right. So the underlying energy for you guys is the 10 of Wands. So you guys are feeling pretty burdened, or this is about the burden that you guys are carrying with you. Now the thing is, the 10 of Wands does indicate a man or a whoever this is carrying their wands with their own fruition. Right? They do it on their own. They're willing to carry their burdens on their own. It doesn't make it any less of a burden because they are willing to carry it though. Okay. Underneath here you have the 2 of Cups. So this does indicate that there's a burden in regards to a relationship for some of you guys. Which is completely understandable considering that, when you first start out relationships or something like that, or any relationship that for that matter, there's always going to be bumps in the road, but sometimes they can still be burdensome. Okay, now let's go ahead and jump into the current state of being. You have the Page of Cups. Now for a lot of you guys, Page of Cups does indicate that there is an offer of love, but this is also communicating your feelings, communicating your heart's desire. So for a lot of you guys could have received this, had some back and forth. For a lot of you guys, this is just really figuring out what it is that you truly want in love for you. And I feel like this is also pursuing someone that has a cup for you, or has a cup that you would like to, delve into, I guess. And the goal here, you have the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups does indicate that you guys want to happily ever after. You guys want to feel good in your circumstances. You want to, be surrounded by support, love. This is a happily ever after card, right, guys? So I really like seeing this. So you really want this offer of love to lead to something awesome. The thing that's keeping you right now is the Hangman. Now, the Hangman does indicate here that there is a need to change your perspective. There's a bit of you're in a period of limbo right now. So yeah, things are not very clear right now. Things are not very straightforward. So it's going to require you to observe. I think that's why the 3 of Pentacles came up before. It had a lot to do with waiting and observing. And this is like not the energy that you kind of want to do that in, I feel. I mean, me personally, I want to do things. I want to get things done. I want things to pick up. I don't really want to sit there and wait. And that's what it's looking like. There's some sort of perspective that's in the process of going somewhere. I feel like has a lot to do with the ending of a cycle of this relationship, or burning this cycle with you in this relationship. And this new cycle, this new perspective is coming up, and this new perspective is needed to get you out of this period of limbo. And the reason why the Hangman is coming up as your blockage is because of the Magician. Now, I feel like for some of you guys, this whole reason why you're even stopping to look at something, the whole perspective that's needed to gain here is your confidence in regards to manifesting a relationship with this person. Now, I feel like you guys have an offer of love, or probably you know what your heart's desire is, but it's about the confidence that you need, and the knowing of pretty much understanding that you have everything that you need here to manifest what you want. The Magician doesn't doubt his ability to go ahead and communicate what he knows and what he doesn't know. You know what I mean? He's got the power and the confidence to do whatever he wants. And I feel like this is you guys. You guys are the magicians in itself, but you have to see yourself as that. So it's like this is a step away from this. You have to have confidence, and I think that's the hard part, right? When you've got burdens from an old relationship, from a burden from a last relationship, things went down, things weren't very cool. Maybe you've possibly had been rejected several times. There's a lot of things you have to overcome, but I think that's why things are on hold. Things are not really manifesting in the way, in the capacity, and the speed that they could, because there is this lack of confidence for you guys. Now, for your advice, you guys have the Moon. Now, the Moon does indicate that there is this sense of not being able to really have a clue what's going to come at you. This is darkness. This is fear. This is doubt. But only what we make it to be, right? When we jump into the Moon, it's hard to see. Things are hardly illuminated. The Moon only, illuminates so much, but it doesn't. It shouldn't be the stop. There's no wall for us to not be able to do anything. The Moon does encourage us to tap into our intuition and to rely on ourselves and our pretty much our higher selves, in a sense, right? To listen to our intuition big time. Okay, just because there's no clear message or clear evident like end games to something, doesn't mean you shouldn't still take a risk and still take a chance. And this is like one of those situations, right? Things are stuck in limbo. You need to see a new perspective in regards to you being able to manifest a relationship that makes you happy. And that process is going to be hard because you don't have any way or any sort of evidence or any sort of backup, any data backing this up. Okay? Gemini are very logical, and you know how to go from A to Z with proper data. But if there's no data backing up certain things, there is a lack of confidence there, right? You're not going to be like, I don't know if I can do this. That's the thing, though. You could create your own data. You could create your own story, your own formula. And this is going to require you to go on a limb and trust yourself and trust your intuition, feeling through the darkness, right? Because there's no clean cut way of doing something. And if you don't know something, it shouldn't hinder you from not doing it at all, okay? Now, how you guys are feeling, you guys have the Page of Wands. I like this energy. This is excitement. This is wanting to get things going. You also I feel like you guys have some news that you want to share, something you want to express. This is creativity in itself as well. So you guys are feeling very creative right now. But I also get the sense that this is just your urge to go ahead and do something. I don't think that this whole, not knowing what to do situation, or not having the confidence in yourself to really be able to manifest a relationship with somebody, I don't think that's going to hold you down because of such a very strong and very, I know the pages are not very huge, but they still mean something significant. And the fact that they're in your feelings, it shows me that you guys are feeling like, yeah, I want this. This is what I want. I'm going after this. This is like that small little spark that can initiate an adventure. And it's up to you, right? Whether or not this is something you want to take to the next level, or you want to keep it mellow, or you just want to let it die out, right? This is also flings as well. This could be that you guys have had a fling with somebody and they turn out to be someone that is pretty darn awesome. And you might want to, you may be considering like going into an actual relationship with this person. Okay, but that's for some of you guys, not all of you. It may not, that really may not resonate for a lot of people. All right, so with your hopes and fears, you guys have the Queen of Cups. Now, being a fellow, a sister air sign here, I completely understand. You guys want to be in love. You guys want to feel vulnerable with somebody, but at the same time, that vulnerability is it's open. Like, it's openness and it's scary, okay? Because that's going to require you to be able to trust not only yourself, but other people around you, the person that you're giving your heart to, right? You know what you want. So that's why the cup that the Queen of Cups is holding is covered, right? It's covered here. And the reason why is because she doesn't want anybody to just be open her cup, right? She don't want anybody to look in there. Nobody needs to know what she feels. She knows what she feels is good enough. Now, the thing is, you giving your heart away to somebody is very, very, very serious. It's not very easy to do. Now, when it happens, yeah, you feel good. But then there is always that vulnerability. You're always kind of like, there's always a piece of you that's left kind of flimsy. And now that's the hard part, right? It's not just having the confidence to be able to manifest a relationship, but it's also having the confidence to be open, be very emotionally relaxed in a relationship. Because I feel like there could be a bit of anxiety, right? You don't know if someone's cheating on you. You don't know if somebody's betraying you, stabbing you behind your back, causing more burdens from the last relationship, right? You don't know if any of this stuff is going to come back to bite you, right? Or come after you, right? But there is this thing here that is saying that you have everything that you need. You have the perspective. You know what you need to do to handle a situation like that. You have to be secure in yourself and your ability as being the other half, that partner, to be able to be like, you know what? I handle my business. I'll do the best that I can in this relationship, and we'll see where it goes. Which leads us to the Six of Cups, right? Balance. Doing the other half work, right? Doing you, making sure that you're doing your 50% in the relationship, considering other people's emotions, while making sure that you are taken care of at all times, okay? Now, I like this card because I do feel like there is a proper give and take here. I feel like there is something given back between you and another person. That's excellent. Especially when it comes to relationships, there is something good here. It may not be physical, but it can be something that does make solid ground for, make some solid ground for a relationship to blossom. Now, all of this can happen. The Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups, this all can happen. It's just going to require you to look at it look at the relationships at a different perspective. Look at yourself from a different perspective. Because the self is a very powerful thing. And what you believe, what you see, what evidence that you have with you, those are all things that can cannot help you manifest, right? So you have to really figure out what you need to make sure that you can get through it. And honestly, I think you'll find out with this hangman here that you have everything that you need. You have the love capacity. You have you're stable in yourself, right? You're very good at communicating. Okay, you're an air sign. I would hope you're good at communicating. The swords are is your suit. You have passion, page of wands. You have everything you need. If you look, right, you have cups, you have, pentacles, you have wands. You have everything. The only thing that you're missing is swords. And I feel like that's because you don't necessarily need it. You are good at communicating. And that's why it's not coming up. The only thing that you have to really work on is your belief in yourself, the emotional belief in yourself, the ability to go after what it is that you want, to feel enthused and excited, and to have your emotions not bring you down, but to motivate you and push you forward towards the 10 of Cups, guys. And you can do it. You have everything you need here to get that done, to get to where you want to be. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull you guys your romance angels for the week. Love yourself first. And it says your self-respect makes you romantically attractive. And it's very, very true. The fact that you guys may feel like you can't manifest the love that you're looking for has a lot to do with how you feel about yourself, right? Of everything that you've had to carry. Now, I was talking about it before, right? The 10 of Wands, the burden that's coming up in this reading has a lot to do with your ability to do anything. So if you're feeling, what matters to you, right? And I feel like you can get anywhere you want to be, Gemini. You're intelligent, you're smart. Like, that is your gift, to know everything, pretty much. To be able to look at a situation and figure it out, piece it together, assess and gather data. That is your beautiful aspect about you. So whatever didn't work in your last relationships, you can figure out and determine what didn't work and help and figure out what needs to happen next time, so that way you can make the relationship work better for you, right? What was missing, and not make it work so that way you keep the other person, but what you need to make the other, not make the other person stay, like I said before, but to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel like you've reached your happiness. Okay, now you guys have chopped wood for your wisdom of the oracle here. And this is talk about doing the grunt work, working, putting time in, really just focusing on the task at hand and really putting your heart and soul into things. Now, I know it's going to be hard. It's a little difficult sometimes, but it is worth it, I feel, because it's working on you. It's working towards what you want, because there's no one else in here. Well, the Queen of Cups is, which could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, which I don't really, I feel like it's your hopes and fears, you feeling more vulnerable than anything. That's why I don't really pick up another energy, but this could be another water sign, rather. Okay, Pisces even, it's coming up big time. But most importantly, I feel like this is talking about you working for yourself, working towards your goals, working towards where you want to be. And if you want to really make strides or something, sometimes you may have to create the data to go for it, right? Maybe you don't have the right formula. Maybe you can't find something online that really resonates and helps you, something that makes you feel like you can do something. Well, you've got everything you need right here in the center where your heart is. You have everything. You just have to believe it, Gemini. It's your season. Go for it.